What was your oh crap I might not be straight moment? When I was little and whenever I read books about a straight couple in love, and the woman was this fiery goddess, I never wanted to be the gorgeous woman in the book. I was curious about how it felt to fall for one. I loved the idea of it. Then, I started to develop intense crushes on girls. When I said to my friend this dude is cool, I wouldn't ask him out, but if he asked me I wouldn't refuse. Turns out I'm gay and shy. I used to have this thought to myself in high school about my friend. I really didn't want to be gay, but I had to confront the thought that if she wanted to be my girlfriend, I would have wanted that too. She didn't, and also I didn't tell anyone. Haha. My therapist was doing a series of quick questions and asked, you like boys? And I was like, yeah. And you like girls? And I said, no, I don't know. And he, well, straight people normally answer that one way differently. Then it hit me, at 23, that I'm not straight, might be bi, and all the watching reading lesbian p, finding that actress pretty, fantasizing about a girl 2 years my senior, noticing great boobs, but wasn't me being so okay with being straight that I was okay with having experiences with women. I actually kinda like them, so yeah, I was that oblivious. Met a girl via Twitter through a tag, started talking, then moved to video calls. Every time a notification came up on my phone from her, I got that warm-faced, fuzzy chest feeling. We're just good friends, I said to myself, like a liar. She's just really sweet and I like talking to her. 4 months of this and one day she mentions Philip. I asked her who that is, as I'd never heard the name from her before. Oh, that's my boyfriend. Oh, okay. Recent boyfriend? No, we've been together 7 years. Around minute 5 of crying is when I realized, crying about that and feeling like I'd gotten my heart broken wasn't normal. You know, like a liar. The day when I was 16 and had just realized that the only P that I had been watching up to that point for the last 5 years was the gay kind. You, watching gay P, you, 5 years later, still watching gay P, wait a second. One time in high school, I knew a girl who was really attached to me. I had low self-esteem and she would always be happy with me and she would say things like, you look cute today and that skirt matches your eyes. I never thought she liked me because I would just think, nobody can like me, or I would just think I was lucky to have someone so nice. It was by Valentine's Day she made me chocolate in a little pink lock and lock as she confessed her love to me. I almost fainted as I coughed in shock. Wrong reaction. She was confused but we talked it out. That year we went to prom together. She was my first best kiss that grade, and we were one of the most famous lesbian couples in our school. We later broke up because she was going to her dream college in California and we both agreed a long distance relationship wouldn't be good. Ever since, I knew I was gay AF. Wholesome and LOL for the AFK at the end. When my best friend came out as a lesbian and my brain went automatically, yes, we have a chance with her. Wait, so turns out I'm bi. Don't worry, when I'm talking to myself in my head I say we too. In high school I tried out for football. The coach was showing us how to tackle. 6 there I was, getting full on body slammed by a 300-pound tank with a beard and arms bigger than tree trunks. I did not complain. Turns out I don't like football. I just like rough sex with bearish men. Also, erections while wearing a cup are very uncomfortable. Good on you for staying true to your username. Very first clue that I was bi was rewatching Harry Potter when I was 11 and wanting to make out with Hermione super bad. Then when I was 13 me and my friends were all at a sleepover and, since we were frisky teens, we played spin the bottle. I got my best friend and it was like the best thing ever. LOL, yes, Emma Hermione was definitely my first celebrity crush. I did that gay people thing where I was like, I'm obsessed with her because I just want to be her. It got harder to do that once I started having crushes on my real life girlfriends. When I was 13/14 I was at a sleepover. We discussed our boys we fancied list, then our girl crush list. They named celebrities. I named like Holly from drama class, one of our female teachers, a girl in the year above, and was yeah she's pretty and she's so cute when she. I was then informed a girl crush is when you want to be this person. or be like them, not be on them or kissing them and holding their hand while you walk round a Christmas market. And that's how I found out that being attracted to girls wasn't a straight person thing. OMG, I really hope your friends took it well. What an awkward revelation to having during a light-hearted game, haha. I'm the same as you though. I always fully thought a girl crush was a girl you fancied, like, would want to frick. So I also played the game wrong for years on Mayo. I think I was out as bi when I was 13/14 though, so probably not a big shocker to most of my friends. Basically, I got a text from a guy I met at school. Literally never talked to him outside of that one class. The text said, "Hey, you're pretty hot. Wanna freak?" Now, I assumed that my reaction would be no, I am straight, but I sat there and thought about it. Long story short, I thought he was pretty hot too. We chatted for a few days, sent some pictures, then we fricked. Long story short, no, we want the long story long. I wrestled my best friend in middle school and realized in the middle of it that I prefer it when he's on top of me. This one made me scream out loud. It's perfect. I wrote a very long diary entry in late middle school about how beautiful my best friend looked as she slept at a sleepover. I wrote in detail about her fluttering eyelashes, her smooth skin, her parted lips, her deep breathing, etc. I closed it out by saying that I'm not homosexual and I never would be. I just thought my best friend was a beautiful soul. We started dating a couple months later. Never is a really short time. Was year 10 UK, maybe 15. On a school trip to the US. Shared a 2-double bedroom with 3 upper 6th. 17-18. Guys, this would be back in 2007-ish, when skinny indie kids with greasy hair were the thing. One of them was this guy, who was 18 and I thought he was so mature and grown up. He wore a proper thick woolen trench coat and told stories about girls giving blowjobs under it, which to a 15-year-old felt like I was talking to some sort of wizard. He had very pale grey blue eyes, but with dark skin and messy curly dark hair, so they really stood out. Anywho, they decided that being squeamish around other boys was kinda uncool, so this guy decided after his shower to walk across the room stark bollock naked to get dressed. And he was really thin, but muscular with it. And that was the first time I'd really looked at a dong before, because he stood there toweling off with a bit of a smirk, as if he was trying to make me uncomfortable. I was not uncomfortable. This reminds me of a bully in school who would ball tap other boys and sometimes grab them to make them feel uncomfortable. I never felt uncomfortable when he did it to me. He was kinda cute, lol. Realizing that a male friend was objectively more attractive than my girlfriend took me another 20 years to admit to myself that I was bi, though. Megara from Hercules, and Hercules, Shell from Road to El Dorado, Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Lola Bunny in Space Jam, and quite recently reignited my passion for men too, Zagreus from Hades. For me it was Chell from El Dorado, also Kido from Atlantis, oh, and Esmeralda from The Hunchback. I could go on honestly. Sitting there googling am I a lesbian quizzes, lol. Well, the first sign probably should have been lil 4th grade me, after learning of the existence of gay people, laying there at night thinking, AWW man, gay girls are so lucky, wish I could date a girl, oh well, guess I'll marry a man. Or the countless times groups of girls would be obsessing over how cute some dude was and I'd be standing there like, or maybe the fantasies I had in 6th grade about me dating a girl I was friends with. But for some reason I didn't even begin to consider the possibility of not being straight until I got the most intense crush of my life, the kind that physically hurts because you want the other person so badly, on a friend of mine who was a girl, hence the googling lol. Took me another 2 or 3 years to really accept it. Even now I have a girlfriend and occasionally doubt myself, but I know that's just my dumbass brain overthinking everything. I'm dying lol. I wish I was gay. College. I had a GF through high school, so assumed I was bi because I had a GF, even though I looked at the boys way more than any girl. Reminds me of a friend of mine. He hadn't had any relationships before he came out as bi, but he had been interested in this one girl where it didn't work out at all, but along the way he realized he wasn't bi at all. He was just gay and he's been much happier since realizing that. I was reading a blog and it said bisexuality was imagining yourself married to either gender and being happy with it. It's probably not an accurate statement, but I figured yeah, I'd be totally fine with either. Later on I thought about the sex part, was completely repulsed and learned the term asexual. I was over my friend's house and he took a shower and came back to his room naked and started playing Fortnite naked. I was way too interested in looking at him that I knew I wasn't straight. Girls be looking way cuter and I developed some feels. But the solidifying moment was during a girl's sleepover where we played truth or dare and I had to kiss this girl. Oh boy, I did not want that moment to end. I don't think I'm gay since in relationship dynamics I much more prefer the company of women. However, since the first time I went to the Louvre at 13, I was really fascinated with all those statues and paintings of naked men. So yeah, I'd say a beautiful body is a beautiful body, no matter the sex. I'll drink to that, bro. Okay, well, here's also the story I will never tell my parents. So back in 8th grade I was bullied by a bunch of girls because they thought I was a lesbian and they had decided to try and blackmail me. So one day I was alone in the halls since I had to stay back in my last class due to spilling something and now I was late going to my next class. I swear they must have somehow planned me spilling something because one of the girls was walking the opposite direction of me, but then quickly stopped me with their arm and did that ping someone against the wall with your arm thing. She was taller than me, so she was looking down at me and I was a bit scared and confused since I thought I was going to get beat up, but instead she started to flirt with me. Not like the compliment flirting, I mean like full on I wanna bang you flirting. Keep in mind we were both underaged, even for the state we're in, which was 16 for consent. I was blushing like crazy before she kissed me and left. I don't know how they were gonna blackmail me because a week passed before it clicked with me that I liked that a bit too much even if it was faked. Then I told a friend that I thought I could trust, and before I knew it, the whole school knew I was a lesbian and I got heavily bullied for it. So the homophobes made my life worse. Thanks for making me scared to come out to my parents. Middle school. Me telling my wife, I'm totally straight, but Neil Patrick Harris is hot. I'm totally straight, but Brendan Urie is hot. I'm totally straight, but Dan Levy is hot. Frick. I might not be totally straight. More NSW than other examples. I'm heteromantic, easily, but I found out I'm bi-curious when I found myself fapping to the idea of getting topped out of nowhere, and rather than be disgusted, it just kinda felt arousing. I've been watching lesbian P since I discovered what P was. Dudes in P made me uncomfortable. It was at age 17 I realized that I'm probably not as straight as I thought, that plus having a crush on a girl for the first time. I can relate. Guys in P also makes me uncomfortable, but as a guy it makes me wish I was one of the women in the video. I'm still struggling with the idea, but at this point I wish I was a woman, but I'm still only attracted to women. Jade from Victorious. She made little 11-year-old me feel a certain type of way. I blame Jade for the fact that I'm gay. This is exactly what happened to me too. When I realized I enjoy watching women more in P, and that I find female anatomy more beautiful and arousing than men. But then again, I love dongs, and feel mentally more connected to men. So, long story short, I just realized I'm a bisexual. Australian accent. I honestly still say straight, but deep down I know if the right Aussie hit on me I'd be saying B as soon as I crawled out of their bed and caught my breath. Sup? I was fascinated by a girl at school, age 17. She was so cool and confident, didn't care what people thought, started thinking about her a little too much, didn't think anything of it really. It was only when she invaded my thoughts when I was with my boyfriend that I realized. 2 years later I came out as a lesbian and haven't looked back. Had a huge crush on Gillian Anderson, and when she did that famous FHM front cover, I wished I was gay so I could openly drool over her. Long story short, that's how I discovered that bisexual was a thing. Gillian Anderson has awoken many lesbians throughout the years. She should get an award for it. Me and my best mate decided we should work out if we were gay or not by sucking each other off. He had massive rod on and asked me to go first, and I couldn't do it. He went down on me like a dog eating hot chips. He's gay. I'm only willing to get sucked off. This is the type of friendship I want. I was sitting next to this girl Elizabeth in my 5th grade class. We had to share a science book, and we made a game of hiding the science book in each other's desks and saying you have the science book, and playing that game with her gave me butterflies. When she signed my yearbook that I was fun to sit by, I about died. That's cute. I was never into sports, and I spent my weekends going to the mall with girls. My dad was very concerned and asked if I was gay. I literally had to think about it and imagined myself sucking a dong. It did nothing for me, so I decided I was not gay. Logical conclusion. I checked a girl out, was at a party, sober as a nun, and this girl walks by and I'm like damn. Figured out 2 things about myself that day. First was that sexuality is a moving target, and though I still consider myself mostly straight, I wouldn't kick a pretty girl out of my bed. The second is that, apparently, I'm into gingers. Super relatable. Gingers are the best. Seeing Jennifer Lawrence spin in that red dress in Hunger Games, it was just a oh frick, oh god, oh crap moment. TFW, you learn your B through young adult enjoyments. Holy cow, I've never related to anything this much before. Looking back, many things have, but if I had to pick the earliest memory, I'd say 1st grade taekwondo. A new kid comes to class and I remember thinking that's a cute boy. Came out after college. I'm still attracted to and hook up with women here and there, but I'm otherwise as gay as can be. A year ago I was at a scout camp, and there was a guy there with this absolutely amazing hair, and I was like, that's really cool. I've felt similar tendencies since then, and a couple of friends coming out to me has given me some new confidence, and I may start telling people soon. Absolutely amazing hair. I don't know, man. This phrase alone gives you a ton of gay points. I'm a little slow because it took me way too long to realize that a crush isn't the same as sexual attraction. I thought I was just prude or something, but then female friends talked about actual physical reactions to wanting sex with someone and I was like, that's a thing? LOL, I was already an adult and had no idea. I thought it was like having a crush on someone. So yeah, I'm definitely asexual. Making out with my 3 best friends every weekend in middle school to practice for kissing boys. But doing it every single weekend. Just needed more practice, I guess, hahaha. Many years later, 3 of the 4 of us are either lesbian or bisexual. I saw my now girlfriend dance at a queer club she invited me to with friends. When she started dancing with another girl, I felt jealous. My thought process was literally, oh dang, she's got moves. Well, that was hot. Wait, who the frick is this B? Wait, why do I care? Am I jealous? Wait, am I gay? Holy crap, I might be gay. Crushing and blushing really freaking hard on her for about 10 days before we had our first kiss. Been with her for almost 2 years now. Can confirm, I'm gay. I realized I was asexual when my husband and his friends were talking about which Hollywood star they were attracted to, and I couldn't think of anyone. I asked my friends and some of them had lists. I'm like, how can you want to have sex with someone you don't know? And found out no, really lots of people have instant attraction or lust. I wasn't sexually attracted to my husband until I known him weeks. He informed me he was attracted to me as soon as he saw me and even changed his class schedule so we'd have more classes together. Well, I hate to say it, but I saw this picture of Harry Styles a while back and it occurred to me, I think I would let that man destroy me. No shame. Dude, I'd let him destroy me, too. I didn't have one. It was only after I typed "am I the only one who doesn't want sex" into Google, after years of trying to be straight, and one of the answers was maybe you're not straight. Ever heard of asexuality? That I got it. I didn't know it was an option before then, otherwise it would have clicked years before. Spending too long focused on the pages of women's underwear in my mum's oven catalogs when I was a kid. 18 or so years later and I still don't dang know. It's all chill. Sexuality is a spectrum. It's fluid, and you don't owe anyone a label. When I sucked a dude's dong probably, but then it turns out I'm just a sexual deviant that will frick any human between the ages of 18 and 50ish as long as I'm attracted to them. Pansexuality then. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.